ChatGPT. Relate ACM to the movie Heart and Souls. Heart and Souls through the lens of A Course in Miracles, ACM. Heart and Souls is a joyful and touching metaphor for one of the central themes of A Course in Miracles, ACIM. Unfinished lessons remain in awareness until they are brought to forgiveness, acceptance, and completion. The film begins with 4 people whose lives are interrupted suddenly. Unable to move on, they remain connected to a newborn child, Thomas, who becomes their bridge back into the world. From an ACM perspective, the 4 spirits can be viewed as symbols of unresolved beliefs, unhealed perceptions, and unfinished forgiveness lessons carried within the mind. Notice that their suffering is not caused by death. Their suffering comes from attachment. Each remains focused on something incomplete, a regret, a missed opportunity, an unexpressed love, an unresolved responsibility. This parallels the Course's teaching that it is not events that bind us, but our interpretations of them. Thomas spends much of his life trying to avoid the 4 spirits and their demands. He wants a normal life free from inconvenience. This reflects the ego's approach to healing. The ego would rather avoid discomfort than look directly at what requires healing. Yet the lessons persist. The opportunities return. The invitations to forgiveness reappear, not as punishment, but as gifts. The 4 spirits can also be seen as aspects of Thomas himself. Each represents qualities and lessons he must learn before he can fully step into his own function. In ACIM, healing often comes through joining rather than separating. The more Thomas resists the spirits, the more conflict he experiences. The more he joins with them and serves their purpose, the more peace he finds. This is a beautiful illustration of the Course's principle. Open quote, "To have, give all to all." Close quote. As Thomas helps each spirit complete what was left unfinished, he himself becomes freer. The miracle works both ways. The giver and receiver are healed together. The film also gently challenges the belief that bodies define identity. The spirits remain recognizable, loving, humorous, and conscious despite lacking physical form. While ACIM would not necessarily describe the afterlife exactly as the movie does, it shares the underlying idea that life is not contained within a body. The body comes and goes. Awareness remains. One of the most touching aspects of the film is that the spirits are not seeking achievement. They are seeking completion. They are seeking peace. This echoes the Course's teaching that the mind does not truly want specialness, success, or control. What it really wants is the peace of God. By the end of the film, the characters discover that release comes not through holding on to the past, but through blessing it. Forgiveness allows movement. Love allows movement. Acceptance allows movement. Only attachment keeps the dream frozen. The deepest message of Heart and Souls through the lens of ACIM is that healing occurs when we stop running from the lessons that life presents and begin embracing them with willingness. The mind is not haunted by the past because the past is real. It is haunted by the past because it has not yet forgiven it. When forgiveness is complete, what seemed like ghosts become gifts, and what seemed like unfinished business becomes a doorway to peace. For in the end, the journey is not about helping spirits move on. It is about awakening to the realization that only love was ever truly present and only love remains.